Many of the teachers or childcare workers, they were called supervisors. You gotta realize that many of them really didn't have any formal training as social workers or that kind of thing. And yes, some of them were there to prey on innocent children and took advantage of the situation where they abused children, whether it was physical or sexual. Yes, it did happen. I just remember in my situation where the abuse was gradual. I thought there was touching that was unusual, but I remember thinking at the time that this got to be innocent. But then when you started happening more than once, you began to be curious, and a lot of people shut down. You know, we didn't tell each other about it. Who do we talk to? And you know, the kinds of things that happened. You're in a dormitory with 30, 40 other boys. It's nighttime, the lights go off. The supervisor would walk around in the dormitory, making sure that we were all safe, I guess, in one sense, so we were led to believe. And every once in a while, you could see this particular man lying in bed with a boy. And that happened time and time again. You just were in bed there thinking, I hope he doesn't pick on me tonight. And he would do that time and time again. And we knew what was happening. We knew. Particularly those who he picked on. And so, in that case, we couldn't tell anybody. We couldn't tell his colleagues or his supervisors. And again, you just picture these young, innocent children shutting down, not being able to think right. I remember waking up the next day feeling confused, wishing that it didn't happen to me, or feeling really confused, feeling outright scared, knowing that it wasn't normal. And the confusion that I was feeling as a child, it wasn't good, it wasn't healthy. We really know where to go. We really know where to go.
Did anyone ever bring it up, Garnet? Did anyone talk about it?
No.
No one did?
No. But you see, when we left here, That was one of the biggest and the heaviest baggage that we had to leave with. For me, that was probably the worst. And so you leave here with dirty baggage, very heavy baggage that hasn't even been dealt with, that hadn't been dealt with. And you lived with that misery for a long time. I couldn't tell my mother, I couldn't tell my father, even when I was an adult. I never talked about it with my brothers, who I knew were victims. I didn't even tell my wife when we first got married. Got married in 1978, and it wasn't until 1990 that I found the strength to talk about it.
Why is that?
Painful. It's a taboo to talk about it. Confusing. Shame. Tons of anger. Lots of anger. Too much anger. Yeah, sure, we would talk about it when we were drunk. Alcohol really masked the pain. You talk about anything when you're drunk. Yeah, we did talk about it when we were drunk. But the only time you ever found comfort in talking about anything that serious. It was silence. There was silence. Dead silence.